Hey guys, so just following up on the post I made the other day about walking through open doors in life. I think this is one of the most crucial concepts that I've ever been made aware of. It was in Dr. Robert Glover's best-selling book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. It's a fantastic book. It'll change your life. I think it's the most important book of like the last 20 something years. It basically it identifies and examines and offers a solution to the problem of our age. The problem of our age is men not being men. It's validation seeking, weak beta male kind of behavior. It's mostly men, and unfortunately, most men in the West raised without a father or a weak father. And the long story short, don't debate me on this. When you have a father and he's good and he's dedicated, you have internal validation. You get it from him externally, but then you're internally validated the rest of your life if you have a good father who's dedicated in your childhood. Most of us didn't have that growing up. And then you'll do stupid things like give to get. You'll say things because you think it'll get you external validation. This is what virtue signaling is. This is why there are left-wing men that are weirdo social justice warriors. But they're weak men. They suppress all their the virile energy of the masculine. You know, you think of the world explorers and Nikola Tesla and Galileo and Michelangelo, Leonardo, Thomas. No, but really all the great men of history, right? Alexander the Great. They were living in masculine energy because they weren't validation seeking. They weren't apologizing for their lives. They weren't apologizing for their agenda. They just had it out there. So walking through open doors, what is that about? This is about personal relationships, whether they be romantic, professional, even familial relationships. There are about 8 billion people on earth, and some people are just going to get you the way you are right now. They're going to see you, and their tail's going to start wagging. They're going to be like, I love Dave, like whoever you are, Chris, Mike, whatever. They just like you the way you are, and they instantly want it. You know this. I can think of many people in my life. I just met them, and they're just like, okay, Gabe's my guy. I just want to be friends with him. And you meet other people, and it's weird. It's forced. Maybe they're a total narcissist. They have an agenda. You know what I mean? And you try and like buddy up to some people, and you might find yourself doing nice guy bullshit. Like, well, if I do this, then maybe they'll like me. If I do that, and I think the worst two places for men to do this to themselves is in romantic/sexual relationships with women. Nice guys finish last. You start being nice to the girl, and I'll help you do your homework, and I'll drive you here, and I'll pay your rent, and they'll take it. You know, and you could do that to yourself at work, that you're always staying late. You're always the one helping the deadline. You're always the one cleaning up everybody's mess. And you think that's going to get you in the good graces of a potential romantic relationship with a woman or employment. But here's what's going to happen if you're a nice guy and you're solving everyone's problem and you're going the extra mile for people who don't value you. You're going to get used like a hand towel. So in life, when you meet people, the way Dr. Glover puts it in his books, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Dating Essentials for Men, you have to get these books. Men of the West, you need these books. They will blow your mind. He says test for interest. That means talk to everybody. Just everywhere you go, the post office, the grocery store, the cashier at 7-Eleven, whatever. Just, hey, man, what'd you do for Thanksgiving? Just people love to talk about themselves. So ask people about themselves and really be interested and listen. And just let them have the floor. Just ask them about themselves. And you'll see right away if someone has energy for you, if they have an admiration for you that's just kind of natural. Because again, with around 8 billion people on Earth, it's just a numbers game. They're just going to be people that totally dig you the way you are. And when you run into those people, embrace it. Now, they may not be for you. You may not reciprocate. Don't be desperate. But what I'm saying, the bottom line of what I'm saying is, don't be desperate and try to force things with people that don't want anything to do with you. But they might have an agenda. They might be your, quote, friend just to use you because they realize that you're desperate and you're doing all kinds of nice guy bullshit. And they'll definitely take that. You know, there's that old argument. Mostly women argue this against men, and women are wrong, but they can't see it because they only see it from their perspective. They'll say men and women can be friends. No. Men and women cannot be friends. Men cannot be friends with women. Women can be friends with men and use us and exploit us and get all the attention they want and talk our ears off about their boring problems and all their womanly, gossipy nonsense stuff. They'll use us as a surrogate girlfriend. But men, adult men, typically, with adult women, we have a sexual agenda. I think everyone is aware of this. A lot of people don't want to admit it or say it out loud, but yes, that is typically why a man talks to an adult woman. That is typically why, because you are sexually attracted to them on some level. That's typically what's going on. So no, you can't be friends with women. Don't bother. You know, don't do it. Because when you're friends with women, you're just getting used. And we've seen it. And here's a slap in the face for all you guys out there that want to blame women for everything. They're just living in their nature. You're just giving out a free sample, and they're like, okay. You're requiring nothing of them, and they're just like, oh, he's going to give me all this attention and give me rides and give me money, and like, yeah, they'll take it. So I would say it's your fault, and I'll close on this, okay? You put you in the friend zone. Women don't put you in the friend zone. You put yourself there by being a coward and not having your agenda out in the open for everyone to see. When you try to hide your attraction to a woman, when you try to hide that you want the promotion and you want the raise, when you try to hide that you want the sale from that client or customer, then they'll take the free sample and they won't reciprocate. Don't sell yourself short. Find people that have attraction and energy for you and walk through open doors. All right, guys, hit the subscribe and the like and all that good stuff, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.